demons that hold my mother hostage. For 20 years you have been the monster under my bed, the spook behind the door, the cult classic horror reel etched onto the lacerated tongues of brown babies recycled. How could you forget? Seldom do we see the end credits of our own stories whole. For the masked massacre that still haunts the 7-year-old trapped in a 28-year-old man's body. Surely such a claustrophobic tan alludes that he still remembers you, that he still remembers there are far greater terrors than death, though the nightmare on our street has branded us brave. For the Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde truth serum stashed in my mama's panty drawer, the great director of Hitchcock that always beckoned for more emotion from each sequel, based off a childhood where no one looked at me. Hard to be afraid, sir, when you're not even in the picture, though picture the Christmas of '93, a wish list of Barbie and Mack trucks for gold for 3 cursive prayers that read, Dear Santa, perhaps you can Superman into your Jesus cake, cause somewhere Lois Lane is falling off the wagon again and again and again. Alcoholics make junkies out of believers, and this my last time speeches go so much further when you're 10, the firstborn and guilt-ridden, cause after all, your sperm donor stepped out once you popped up and your love could never. Dear mama, I've held bricks in my shoulders since I was 10. Lived life in the outtakes of horror flicks with lovers that taste of sobriety 10 years too late of taking it one day at a time, while learning to forgive the childhood cries that echo at the bottom of brown liquor bottles, crushed silent in Miller High Life cans, for they tell me I'm biodegradable, for they tell me even Jesus rose again and again and again. Dear me, become the woman you wish had raised you. Signed, the little girl that saved you for more.
Next up, we got Mike O'Hara.
The canonization of Harriet Tubman. It was you, when lunar haloed and speckled by shadow casting canopy of northern maple over the syrup of your tongue, thick, so sweet, so slow to yield your arsenal. It was first promises and then threats, the motion of your calves strong as trunks, a steady timber northward, the inside of your bark-like palms moss-lined in the cracks when pressed to pray. Your words always pointed true north, never magnetic, but oh, can you, Harriet Tubman. The Quakers, abolitionists, send a contingent tonight to dream march through the gilded walls of the Vatican, unchained like a Marley's ghost, redeemed to haunt the Pope's most holy dreams, lay accusing fingers to his resting mitred head, commanding you, Pope, to saint her if you dare to wake and live. So speak to her dolorous head wound, the steel thrown by infuriated whip-spinning beast field fiend. This no different than Longinus' spear or thorned crown. Speak to the Moses mirrored in the midnight shine of her sun-beaten skin, her plain, hard truth and the crushing grief that one's life of doing nothing but the right thing will end with no relief. Speak to her visions, her hours of catatonia, her face-to-face counsels with Christ, the miracle of her upward passage. And they say that when the saints are raised to the bosom of archangels, there is a thick perfume of blooming flowers on their flesh. This Saint Harriet Tubman exuded the scent of forest flora while she yet lived, living saint, sweating moss and bark unto leaf scent fresh from rain. No hellhounds could hunt her, she not moved to walk on water, but to command the earth to part briars to deified purpose. So beatify her, turning water into brandy to rub on the gums of the screaming young unto holy sleep, safer under her arms than ever in the embraces of your priests. Bless the ugly steel of her revolver, bless her bullets, each packed with the powder of his righteous, wrathful fire contained. Bless her, she of the right hand of God who left none behind. So Benedict, grant that mantle to Harriet Tubman, or don't bother. She did not do this for the glory of your monumented Rome, but know that every slave she exodused she did to bring Israel back to the dispossessed, so that they could taste the light of home.
Thank you to you both. That was phenomenal. So judges, I know it's difficult, but on the count of 3, you just point to whoever's poem you enjoy more. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, our winner is Sania. Sania, give it up. Poets shake hands, please. Thank you guys, thank you, I appreciate it. So Sania gets a guaranteed spot in our first Friday Slam. The Pigeon presents the Philadelphia Poetry Slam. So if you want to check her out and some of the other poets that you've seen during the one-on-one Poetry Slam, first Fridays at the Media Bureau, the Pigeon presents the Philadelphia Poetry Slam. Thanks for watching.